Guys, so you gotta wait, dude. That's how this works. Okay, so the thing that I'm gonna do for today's daily video is that my friend Naomi, do you want to be on screen for a minute?
Really.
No, okay. So my friend Naomi, who's sat just over there, she's putting her hand in front of the camera very badly, is gonna ask me questions. They're not necessarily going to be about me. In fact, I think they're mostly going to be about things that you wouldn't really ask questions about, and then I'm going to answer them. So, what is your first question?
Right. So, it's going to have to be the flesh-eating slug repellent.
Okay.
But I'm still not convinced about that one.
Okay. So the question is, okay, so we were talking about this earlier, and in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets,
Yeah.
Hagrid is buying, when he goes to Knockturn Alley, is buying flesh-eating slug repellent. And Naomi was never sure whether it was slug repellent that eats the flesh of the slugs or repellent for slugs that eat flesh. And what was it that me and Ruth decided? Was it that it was
slugs eat flesh of people?
Yeah, because I don't think that Hagrid would use bug repellent that ate the flesh of the bugs. I don't think Hagrid is that kind of a gardener. I think he cares too much to do that. So that's my answer for that one. I think it's repellent for flesh-eating slugs.
Okay.
Question 2.
Why milk in cereals?
Okay.
Like, why not orange juice or water or, like, I don't know.
So I don't know specifically why water, why not any of those things. What I do know is that some people put ice cubes in their cereal.
What?
With the milk. With the milk. Not instead of the milk, with the milk.
Okay.
I have no idea why. I don't understand it. It's just weird. But I think mostly the reason is that because people need a lot of dairy. Like, they need the protein and the benefits that come from eating dairy. And after you stop breastfeeding as a child or formula feeding or whatever, your intake of good dairy becomes a lot less. So I think probably from a sociological why is this a good thing viewpoint, having milk in the beginning bit of your meal time every day would be a really good way of making sure that growing children had a lot of calcium and iron. So that's probably why. So cereal was developed to include milk. I could be really wrong about this, but I like that as an answer, so I'm sticking with it. Question 3.
Pizza. Why is it round?
This one, so this one, when you make a ball of dough, it's far easier to distribute that dough evenly in every direction, whereas if you were to make it square, you'd end up with extra thick bits in the corner where they had basically double layered, or you'd end up with big strips of spare dough. Plus, if you make it into a square, then the only way to cut it so that everyone has the same amount means that some people don't get crusts. And unless you have a group of people who equally match the cuts of pizza that like and dislike crust, then some people are always unhappy. So it's better that everyone has crust or no one has crust.
Okay.
Question 4. Weird questions that make no sense. That my other friend has walked back in.
Why, when material gets wet, does it darken?
Because if it got lighter,
You got a bit too scientific.
yeah, no, I don't know. No, I'm trying to think of a ridiculous answer. So I was going to say, if it got lighter, we wouldn't be able to see it, but that's just bullshit. because I don't know. Is it just because the water? Is this a question that you actually know the answer to? Okay. I think it's because water gets in the way. So when you get something damp like cloth or hair, then the gaps between the lines of fabric, like the bit that the fabric is made of, like the woven bit, or the strands of hair, there's gaps between them. They're small gaps, but they exist. And I think when they get wet, water fills up those spaces and draws the things closer together, so they block more of the light and therefore are darker.
Sounds legit.
Yeah. Okay, question 5. This is the last one. One of you must have one. And at this point, I really feel I need a melodica. We've just finished watching Ariel's live show where she put melodica intervals, so I feel I need a melodica to entertain you while my non-visual assistants. I say non-visual, it's not that you can't see, it's just that the audience can't see you, are taking a painful amount of time to come up with a question.
Sorry.
You should be. I have no melodica though, so I can't play you a melodica tune. I could whistle a jaunty tune. Anything at all. They're very bad at this.
Why does the word llama have 2 L's in it?
Because... How do you spell it?
L-L-A-M-A.
Okay, because the person who invented the word for llama, like when they saw a llama for the first time, I've said the word too many times. What does a llama look like now?
It looks like a camel without
It's
horns.
kind of got like a longish neck, and it's like...
It's the one that looks like an alpaca, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, also I have the best joke about alpacas. But, okay, I'll get to that at the end. So, I think that when they first saw a llama, they, I think that they didn't see a llama first. I think they saw a camel, and they had never seen a word for it before. But so they saw the 2 humps of a camel, and they were like, I want a word that mirrors the 2-humpedness of this animal. So they started with, they said they definitely wanted an M in the word because that's actually just 2 humps. And then they were like, well, then what's a good sound is ma and am. So they put an A on either side. And then they're like, so that's got symmetry and doubleness. And then they decided to put L for the long neck. But then they were like, but that's only 1 L. We need 2 to make it double like the humps.
Wouldn't it be better if it was called a llamall?
Okay, well, maybe. Okay, but so see, this. Okay, so then they went to go and describe this animal they'd seen to a friend. And as they described it, their friend had seen what we now know as a camel. And they were like, well, I like the name llamall, but I don't think it sounds great. And I want to change it, so I'm going to call it a camel. And they thought they were the same animal, and they weren't. And then as time went on and the words got passed down, one became a camel and one became a llama. And that is my answer. This was so bullshit. Do you want to hear my alpaca joke? Okay,
Yeah.
So what did one... Llamas and alpacas are the same thing, basically, aren't they?
I've never
Yeah.
seen a llama.
Okay, so what did one llama say to the other llama before they went on holiday?
I'll pack you a suitcase.
I'll pack the suitcases. I love that joke.
Predictable.
Go away with your predictability about jokes. So thank you guys for watching this really weird video, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.